leftover paint here, which is fine. Some of these colors we may use. Like to, oh my goodness, I think I have some mold. Oh my goodness, there's mold on here. How did that happen? Huh. Oh, that's gross. I don't want to show it, but it's already showing. Wow, I did not see that coming. Oh my goodness. I just discovered this, everyone. I just discovered this. I can't believe. This is like one of my favorite palettes, this guy. And I'm shocked. I must have left this. I think I left it out maybe and I didn't change. It looks like corn, right? It looks like corn that's been husked. Dried corn. I always found this amazing and beautiful. However, it's interesting. There's some corn that grows that way and is used that way in Mexico and Central America. They really make use of their corn. It's amazing, all the different kinds of corn. And corn's been around in these parts for a really long time. We've had corn for a really, really long time, everyone here in North and South America in this Western Hemisphere. I'm drawing this, and like I said, I didn't really have any intention of drawing corn today. It didn't occur to me the idea of drawing corn. It just didn't. It did not draw any kind of brain waves. There was no inkling, nothing, everyone. It's just amazing that I did not think of drawing corn today. And here we are, and we're drawing corn. We're drawing dried corn for our fall harvest. Let's get another. And with the lamy, what I do love about the lamy is you could use both sides of the nib. So this is the reverse side. Gives me a chance to have some interesting contours. And then I could do things like, for example, come in with do that here with the actual right side, the right way, instead of right side up. I think you would say right side up. And we'll make this little rule that we can only do the thicker lines on the way down. You can't really do the cross to not confuse what's going on in our drawing. So getting all these gaps in here in the corn, having them separate, and you could alternate all of them, have them coming down all in this format right there. And we're just vertical going down. We have the thicker lines. And we could do a rule like that for the leaves too, for the husk, where inside the overall shape. On a nice bit of variety there. Okay, so we have our corn husk there, and we have another corn husk here. And all right, how should we do this one again? Taking a few, not just one or two, taking a few different kind of Frankenstein. Some people call it Frankensteining, using Frankenstein as verb, Frankensteining, in the sense that you're collecting different parts to make one thing that looks like that was the thing all along. Does that make sense? Taking other things, pushing them together, doing a mashup of different parts from different pieces of corn, the color of one dried corn with the shape of another dried corn, with the overall shapes of the husk from another corn, and then the colors from even another corn, and putting it together and making it look like. And that was the piece of dried corn that was referenced all along. Sometimes it's good to just get knocked into something fresh and say, okay, so I don't think about it too much. We're talking about automatic drawing and drawing through consciousness or without consciousness, all those deep questions and kind of arguments. Classes, the October classes start tomorrow. So we're going to have all these fun conversations. A lot of fun conversations. All right. Or maybe we'll have these in our lock somewhere. And for here, like here, I should have done this, right? Because this is meeting at the bottom. So there's going to be a lot more, where the two areas meet. There should be that underside there. Yeah, that looks better. That looks a lot better. And we have a mysterious, very mysterious playlist. It's a little shorter. So let's see how everybody likes it. Let's see how everybody likes it. They may not. They may not like it. And these are just abstract shapes that I'm creating from the leaves. But the collection of those, I keep saying leaves, it's the husk. I'm going to be saying husk for, I don't know, maybe forever. Perhaps forever I'm going to be saying husk. Oh dear. We'll talk a little bit later about Echoes of Wisdom, the new Zelda game. Chibi looking Zelda, child looking Zelda. And I do mean Zelda because Zelda is the star. I just drew through that. I needed to draw through that following some contours. The husk is really fun. I remember the husk is super fun to draw. All the textures, one kind of going out there that's untamed, an untamed part of the husk, the harvest. There was a show, these like horror shows, they use the term harvest in a pretty ominous way. Pretty scary, pretty ominous and scary. Hey, Keshi, how are you? Oh, long time, long time. I think so, right? Long time. How are you this Monday? How is life? I hope all is good. Yes. And yourself? Been busy with crocheting lately? Tried it out. Oh, you're trying out crocheting. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I think you probably know this better than me, that Twitch has a pretty dedicated crocheting community, crocheting, stitching, yarns and fabrics. I know a few people. Some of them aren't necessarily safe for work, but they come in the evening, so they're outside work hours. I don't know how crocheting is not safe, but these folks sometimes are. I love them. I love them. Great community, but no, mostly safe. Mostly safe. Mostly family fun. Family friendly. We are focusing on. We have a lot going on. October's tomorrow, and I have a lot to do. October is a hectic month. I have a whole bunch of prompts for people, whoever wants it, even if it's a crocheting prompt. Imagine crocheting dried corn. Oh my goodness, that would be something. That would be something else. I mean, right? I think so. It would be something. I'm thinking of this bulk of kernels. I'm not drawing every single one, you could see. So what I'm doing is I'm thinking of them as a big traffic jam of cars just like really long. All these are lined up trying to get across the George Washington Bridge, or they're just stuck on the turnpike. Ads, ads. You vex me. Ads. I have this rounded. How are we going to indicate that it's round successfully? Yeah, it's a good question. A question clearly I have not asked myself. It's a question clearly I have not asked myself so far. Just doing these like broken up lines in here. Definitely need something going in there. Definitely have to just all these broken up lines. A little different than what I did before here. Can alternate one side to the other. Alternate one side to the other. And we'll start here. All right, our ad break is over. See, it was not that painful. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out. I'm trying to be pretty chill today. You know, it's Monday. There's always a rough start to Mondays. Mondays can be challenging. It's all these abstract shapes, having these kernels kind of pull away from each other. And here and there, I'll make one set of kernels. Here and there, I'll make, let's see, a shape that kind of goes across one abstract shape, because the kernels sometimes with the dried corn, the colors will, they're not even. It's not like one row is purple, one row is red or pink, and one row is orange. They're all over the place, which is pretty wild to me, I think. I think it's pretty wild personally. Just get these abstract shapes. And then said that we're going to use going down now that we have it kind of laid out. We talked about using vertically, the vertical lines will be using the right part, the right side down part of the nib. Again, lames are good. You can use them on either side, and they're very durable, they're nib. And then for the lines that are going across, we'll use the thinner line. But we can use a thin line across the whole thing, and then because that we can build off of. But we can't go thick to thin. We can go thin to thick. I mean, you can if it's a brush, but that's not what we're talking about here. You can change the size. It's my dried corn, so I can make all these kinds of rules if I want. I can do whatever I want, and I'm gonna do it. My nephew went this weekend. I was a little jealous. He went and learned this technique of painting called aqua drip, and I think it's something that they use car, auto body, and airbrush artists, the ones that do the custom painting, they all do it. And I was a little jealous. I saw the video. I'm like, oh my goodness, that looks awesome. That looks so awesome. It's like spray painting into water. Really cool. Really cool. There's always something else you want to try. It's never. I'm going to go down, not the whole thing, and make big dark lines across the whole thing, but just here and there, we have to make some darker lines here. Let's just so it shows that dipping under, and that this is, so that, so put it so it shows that it's attached and it's meeting part of it. Pretty fun. This is fun. Oh my goodness. This is fun. This is a nice balance between this and my palette that went moldy. My palette that went moldy. You know, I didn't care for my paint enough, and you know, I'm a little disappointed in myself. I'm gonna look at it as an opportunity. No, that paint went bad. Look at it as an opportunity to really get my color palette correct. It's a goal that I've had. Trying out different paints and whatnot. And let's try across. Let's do these shapes across here and there. I'm gonna do some shapes. A little oval indicates some space in between, just here and there. Little spaces in between here too. Show here and there the break between the kernels. Just show here and there the break between the kernels. Right here, here. And we have overall a nice mask. I'll do the same thing here. There's some like little area here and there, here and there. Look at that. That's pretty cool, right? Now this is so much fun. This is so much fun. Let's get some of these lines a little thicker coming down. Doesn't have to be. Don't like use one solid line going all the way, because that's not. Then we'll make more of them over here. And this whole thing needs, again, not a perfect. We're not trying every kernel, every single. That would be boring as anything. Oh my goodness, can you imagine? Sat here and drawing every kernel. I mean, maybe relaxing. I'm going to take back that statement. I'm gonna back that statement. Same thing here. I'll make the little sphere. Continue, continue, continue. We're gonna take our first break of our time together. Our very first break of our time together. See if I get a little, make sure I'm a little more organized for the remainder of our time together today. 5-hour stream, usual for a Monday. We still have Monday and Friday. The schedule is Monday and Friday. 5-hour stream, Monday and Friday. Fortunately, we're going to no longer have a Wednesday stream for a while. But doesn't mean we won't have a third stream at some point in the future again. I think 3 streams. 3 streams a week is my limit, because I like to go for a while. If I stream, I really do. I like to go for a while. Let's get some texture here. Break up the lines. Building on. Here, give a little more. Break it up a little bit. Right? It's too straight. And the fun part of choosing what colors we want these to be. Here and there will indicate that shape in there. Oh, this is so much fun. Oh my goodness, this is just what I needed, everyone. This is just what I needed. We're gonna come back and take a break. See if I think about the husks. I like the way the husks look, but let's give it another shot. Think about what we want to do with those husks. And of course, I'm shrinking again. I'm shrinking. And get up and stretch. Get yourself together. I'm going to get myself together. That's all right. We're having a good start. This is a fun start. Very fun start. There's some folks online that think that it's a bad thing to try and draw every day. I'm not sure I agree with that. And it makes me curious as to why they would say that. Let's get some of the shadow shapes here a little more. Have texture. Let's get some highlights in there. So I'm looking right now. Some details of how. Maybe we do the opposite inside the shapes. That one I don't like what happened there. But say inside the shapes, we're going to create some shadow. Of course, where it's coming closer to us, maybe we want a few. Have the line getting a little thicker right in there. It's a little closer. And then just continue making these like abstract shapes for the shadows. And little notes to indicate, because we're trying to balance. This is a really hard thing, and it's something that I've tried to do a little more of, balancing this goal of balancing the pen line with the watercolor, because one of them has to give. They have to complement each other. They can't fight. Problem I've had in the past. They can't fight. They just can't. Let's get some separation here. It's all one piece, not the wonderful manga series One Piece, but making it just having fun with those lines. I think these are. I just want to clarify some things here. So, for example, where are some of these lines from underneath, like here, what we did here? Where are they going? Especially the ones here that are in the front. We want some thicker lines here in the middle because that's facing us, right? Right? I'm asking because I really don't know. I really don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Trying to figure it out, folks. I don't know what I'm doing. What are we doing? What's the point of everything? The shadow shapes here. I'm kind of locking painting myself into a corner here with these shadow shapes and textures. At least I think so. At least I think so. We'll see. That looks fun, right? I think that looks fun. Maybe what if we put some flowers in here and just work on the whole page? That would be kind of fun. Right? Let's add some flowers. I do have a nice, again, these Pinterest boards, folks. Not, you know, modesty aside, I will tell you all these boards that I created between over the weekend and yesterday. Wow, I have to tell you, they're pretty phenomenal. I do say so myself. If I do say so myself, it's going to be a bit of a collage look. What do we want in this area here? Some round shapes, maybe. Some of these star shapes from our florals. Oh, about get this. Build a flower here. Not that different from our husk shape. I'm gonna do that first layer of floral. I know, it looks pretty weird, right? And it might turn out weird. It may very well turn out weird. Let's have it going behind our friend here. All right, and then let's get the center shape, or what we think is the center shape. Let's have it somewhere here. That bud. Some shapes in here. We'll have some other petals coming out. Try to straighten out this abstract shape here. Have some of these petals coming directly in front and just build some layers. Build a few layers. Go around here, go around and around and around and around and around. Big. That's one. Let's get a leaf shape here. We'll call that one. Let's put another shape in here. Cluster on this side. It's that one there. And I'm going to make sure that I have a thicker line here to show that is behind. Do something similar here. There. And we have these leaves that are underneath. I'm going to draw the shadow, the cast shadow, as a shape. Let's get another. Maybe we'll sneak in a rose or something here. What do you think of that? Just making stuff up. Doesn't even go together. I don't care. I don't care. It is my. Oh, let's put a big sunflower here. Get a rose, get a sunflower. There's another flower. I forget what these flowers are called. Folks, if you know what these flowers are called, please tell me. Grab the center. Doesn't have to be perfect. This shouldn't be perfect. That center flower bud. And then let's get some shapes going right first. Let's go out. We'll build it out. And it's going to be behind this one, right? It's going to tuck in behind, but then this part is going to come forward towards us because has a sphere shape to it, right? Big starburst shape. And stars are not flat. As a symbol, we draw them flat, but they're not really flat, right? I mean, I don't think so. Pretty sure. Let's move a little quicker here. We should be a little sharper, I think. And that circle shape will disappear. And circle shape is going to disappear. Gosh, sometimes you have to whisper because your drawing tries to do its own thing and resist and be like, no, I don't want to do that. And you have to just kind of whisper, like a horse whisper. Remember that movie, Horse Whisper? You have to be kind of like a horse whisper. Right? And again, it's kind of weaving through. Not sure that'll work, but I'm going to keep going. Let's get some extra little pieces here. That's another flower there. All right, let's see. Let's get can we get a rose here? Enough space for a rose. This is I don't think I've ever done a floral theme here. I don't think so. Oh, this would be good for the foreground too. Let's have these kind of come. Sure. Come again. All these little squiggly. Let's call them squiggly. All right, we got another flower going. Do we do another one here maybe? Because these feel like they should be Should be a few of them, like in the front and on the top. Hmm. What do you think? What do you think, folks? Let's hydrate a little bit. Hydration is important. And in the meantime, I'll give it a little thought. I'll have one here, and then maybe one sneaking back here. And then we'll see what else we put on the sides. Just building this as we go along. I'm making it up as I go along. Sometimes that's good. Sketchbook that. Thinking already ahead of how I'm going to treat the colors here. How are we going to treat? How are we going to treat those colors? We should probably have another one. Let's have another one, and I don't know what we'll do in this area, but we'll do that. Add another one here. Maybe space out just one more over here. I don't want to fill up this whole. Well, maybe I do want to fill the whole thing up with flowers. I have no idea. Let's think about it. Let's think. We're designing. I did not expect to do this today, folks. I did not. I really did. I really did not think that this was going. Let's get another. How about we do just a big bud over here? Just do big bud right there. So it kind of just forms in this area here. So let's try that. What would that look like? What would that look like? So, like so many other people, I received my copy of Echoes of Wisdom. I did the proof. I did a proof of it on our Discord. I put it up there. And I only got to play the beginning. Such a busy weekend. I spent a lot of time working yesterday, which, not ideal. It has to happen. Beginning of the month, it had to happen. Beginning of the month for us is very, very, very busy at the school. Students have to register and all. So we had to do a little work. That's like this is just opening. And so I got through the beginning. I was able to get through the beginning. And it was unexpected. It was unexpected the way they throw you in there. It's really fun. It's really fun. Let's go. Just indicate a little bit of the flower here. And since these are coming forward more, this is coming forward more. So we will make those lines a little deeper. Definitely. This definitely. That a little bit. That a little bit. There we go. It's coming forward. Do the same thing here. All right. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good, everyone. I am excited. Excited. We should put some greens in here, just here and there. This we don't have to get too crazy about. Just want to put some greens, and it'll balance out the husk, but also just to make these come forward more, these flowers. I feel like this music is really. We have this haunted. I have a haunted playlist that I put together for all of you, and I have to say, I'm not sure if it fits today's sense, but it could be. It's possible. Let's get some nice berries. Maybe some berries in here. I did some berries. How are we going to treat? All right, so now we have this thing going right here. We'll keep it right down. This is moving on an angle, but I think I want to break that up and have this. What if we went boom, 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 come here? That might be nice. Just get a big set of flower, maybe a big flower over here to frame. So I think we should frame now the dried corn. Now that I'm looking at it a little more. What do you think? These graphic husks just floating there, and then all these florals on the floating around and hovering and hugging them. This is what I mean, Frankensteining. These are all different references that I'm putting together and building off of and making up as I go along. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to have to do something here with the husks to really make them pop more. So each of these flowers are going to have, they're going to be maybe not monochromatic, but no more than two colors. Whereas here, we're going to have a ton of colors, everyone. A ton of colors. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, would roses fit in here? Are roses appropriate to have in here? Would a rose fit? A big sunflower might be nice coming out from behind there. Maybe we'll do a big sunflower. I don't know. Big sunflower here. What do you think? Going behind? Let's think about that. Sunflower, maybe a rose here. Where would that fit? I don't want to crowd up and then butt up against the edges of the paper and have it just kind of either force it in and it's all like crunched up, or it gets really cut off. I want it to stay all in here, right? I think so. I think that makes sense, right? We could just have everything just a little wave that flows across and gets cut off by these pieces of corn, these dried corn. What do you think? Maybe something. So we have this peak here. Go. Just have something like that, and then we could have something going. But then it'll look a little too. Flowers go across behind from this angle, just a slightly different angle, maybe. That might be good too. Decisions, decisions, everyone. Decisions, decisions. What do we do? Get some food in there? What kind of food besides pumpkins? I don't want to do pumpkins. Pumpkins are too, they're a little too obvious. Squash. You get squash in there, but they'd have to be pushed further back. Unless it was squash coming in here from behind, like really big squash. Thinking this through, everyone. A little tough. I think I made a challenge here I did not expect. Oh, those would be nice. Maybe that looks a little bit too much like the cornhouse. I'm looking at all these different flowers going across all these different. And the sunflower feels like it needs to happen here. I feel like I really need a big sunflower. Like keep it right along here, right? And we'll go. All right, let's give it a go. Just do a nice little broken line. That's gonna be a sunflower, and then we'll build back, and we'll put some leaves there. And we get some leaves in here. Okay, maybe some other little buds over here, and another one here, and maybe a few more of these. Maybe another one of these little flowers are coming across in front. Right, let's do another one of these flowers coming. Oh, there's always like little. Good to have something going in front there, right? Give it added depth. I think we'll have coming right in front there. Over here, I think there definitely should be a few things coming in front. That would make sense. I know I kind of already built a lot going on here, but maybe some leaves and things like that can go. Some more little smaller buds or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So many decisions. Oh goodness. Let's have another flower coming this way, maybe. I do like the rose idea. All right, let's focus on this one here. We already have these over here, and then we'll see how they come together. We have that big shape coming in. It's a nice big flower. Some buds over here. Another shape in there. Some random berries. How would this? I'm gonna have it lean here, so you can see there. I'm not sure I got this right, but these shapes inside and reinforce the shape. So I'm making up this big flower there. I'm a little worried that I didn't get this right, but we'll think about that later. Okay, let's go. Shirtoshi, how are you? Thank you. I'm glad you guessed that it was corn. That means I'm doing okay so far, I guess, right? I guess I'm doing okay if you already guessed that it's corn. That's fantastic. Oh, makes me so happy. How are you? How's your weekend? I know you're getting ready. Probably gonna get on your stream soon, right? Are you streaming today? 30 minutes. All right. You're another 15. 15 to the hour. I'm 15 after the hour usually. It's when I press the button. I've been experimenting with starting an hour later than my normal time so I can chat with my art peeps more. That's fantastic, and I appreciate that you came here and consider me your art peeps. That is special to me. Awesome community here, right? Just awesome community. Boom, 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 boom. Just trying to imagine where these are coming through on the other side. Post stream, I have no brain, so can't interact with streams. I know, and usually by that time, I'm so fried, and it's go find someone to raid time. Oh my goodness, I'm so bad. I'm so bad, Shirtoshi. So bad. I'm embarrassed. But it's hard for some reason. It can be hard to find people to stream at that hour. Either people are going to bed in Europe or folks have not arrived yet from work and settled down and had their dinner here in the United States. So it gets a little tricky. A little trying to be better. It's probably should. All right, we're back from break. Thank you very much, Satoshi, for those kind words. Thank you very much. I've been working, I feel like I've kind of fallen flat lately and just been in a little bit of a existential crisis with my art. I know that sounds so silly, right? Let's get this. Now this has to come forward. Kernel here, right? This definitely has to come forward. So yeah, I've been in a bit of an existential crisis and thinking about the things I'd like to do, what I'm better at, different subject wise, bring that forward more. Great art takes time, and you have so much personality and character in your art. Be proud. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Oh my goodness. I needed those kind words. I needed those kind words. Do you know that one of my palettes, I opened it up today and it was full of mold. I keep telling everybody about the benefits of using Holbein paint and that never goes moldy, and it was filled, and I mean 2/3 of the palette filled with mold. And the only thing I can guess, honestly, is the only thing I could really guess as to why that happened is that I must have closed it with a lot of water inside and not cleaned up the water, let it dry, and then closed it. That's the only thing I can think of, other than maybe the temperature shifted it a little bit, but not really. I mean, in our apartment, we don't go. I mean, our apartment never swings more than like 72 to 76. That's the most that we get um in terms of a swing of temperature. So I'm not quite sure why that happened. But I am going to take it as an opportunity because I've been talking about color palettes and how to organize color palettes. Maybe the mold wanted to learn how to paint. It was jealous mold. The mold, maybe either that, it's possible that it wanted to learn about color. Let's say that. You know what? I like that, Shartoshi. That's a good outlook. Let's go ahead and say that is the reason. It's because the mold decided it wanted to learn how to paint. Yes, I think that's a good idea. I believe that is a good idea. Let's get some of these these little baby's breath type thing. Just some thinner pieces here. But yes, I was pretty not happy that that happened. However, I'm taking it as an opportunity. Like I said, I've been talking about a lot about color palettes and watercolor palettes and using different paints. I've been experimenting with different paints too. And I think it might be a good opportunity, I believe, to maybe clean out that palette and really set up the palette the way I've, kind of evolved towards and my thinking and just what I believe is me getting better and having a better understanding about color. And I've talked about and I've read before about people using three temperatures of the three primary. So three blues, three yellows, three reds, and then, your Chinese white, your gray of gray, your sepia, your Payne's gray, whatever you might kind of consider on the outside of that. But something around 12 to max 18 colors and well organized so I can really just go boom, boom, boom. Like, when I'm over here, I just go, I know, where my colds are and my yellows and my reds, but I can really know not just that, but which yellow is which, the warmer yellow, the cold yellow. The mold wanted to paint himself vibrant colors so he can prove his friend he's a fungi. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't have it with me because I put it already by the kitchen sink, and I'm gonna scrape it out into the trash and just redo the entire thing. It's gonna hurt because, as you know, watercolor is not cheap. It just is not cheap. Oh, okay. We'll solve some of this. Bright yellow or cream color, something soft so that this really pops. I love the husks on dry corn. I have Shotoshi, my Pinterest. I just created three or four different Pinterest boards. I put two of them on the Discord. I still have not, I have a prompt that I'm doing this month. Everybody has an October prompt, so I called mine Rocktober because I'm an egomania and I wanted to name it after myself and I thought it sounded good, but also because I thought it would be a good idea to do some interesting prompts that were well, they could be abstract and some of them could be literal. It's the concept is liquids to solids, solids back to liquids. I'm saying this out loud because I'm still October is great. When I did traditional, I really vibe with soft pastels, but never put in effort on watercolor or Chinese traditional liquid. It's so scary to get me back then. It is. Water is unforgiving. Water doesn't care. It doesn't care about your plans. There's some people that are on here. I'm in a new Discord with some folks that there's a lot of ink and watercolor people in there, mixed in with some woodworking folks, which is an interesting, it's an interesting mix there. But what I find interesting is that some people can control water better than others. I think there's something to be said about the controlled chaos, and that's the one that's scary where the watercolor you kind of like you contain it but you don't control it. That is a really hard place to be painting, and I'm not there. I'm not there. I'd love to be there, but I'm definitely not there for sure. Not there yet. Let's do, maybe get a big flower here. Yeah, I have a 31 prompt list. It's basically to get people to fill their sketchbooks. You know, fill your sketchbooks. Go do it. All right, I'm getting towards my fear. My fear was that I didn't want to, I want to stay right here in the boundaries because I don't like it when at least now, I don't like it so much when I don't want the pieces to fall off the page to, even over here, I have it touching on the top. So I'll make that rule that it could touch on the top, but and come off the bottom, but the sides, I want the sides to stay as they are. Not, it's a sketchbook, I know. Now that I started, I'd like it to turn out kind of nice. I'd like it to turn out kind of nice. So this mold happened. Oh goodness, this mold happened. And it was, I mean, I just started. I've just started, and I mean really just started, using a new paint brand called Core to use with Holbein. And I like it. A couple people told me about it, and I really like it a lot. Deciding what I want to put here, because this can't hang out like that. This needs to be anchored now more. That needs to be anchored. I have to anchor it somehow. And I'm not quite sure. Could be that I need to take a break. I mean, this is smaller, so it's fuller. It's further back. I had no intention. This was just going to be like a practice thing. I was just going to try and say, okay, let's see how dried corn works and whatever. And now it's become a thing. It's turned into a thing, and I'm not sure what that thing is at the moment. Did I draw myself into a corner? I could just continue these flowers going here, just have the big one there, and then continue, but I do feel like something has to come in front of that, even though I already kind of drew it. I don't know, so I'm going to leave it since I don't know. Since I don't know, I'm going to leave that as is. I could put a flower here. I don't want it the whole thing. What to build here. This composition that is just growing on its own. It's a little bit of a puzzle. We didn't plan this at all. But now that we have it here, what can we do? What can we do? What will be interesting to do? And the floral or something that came afterward. Did the corn first, the dried corn. And now we have the floral. Maybe we keep the florals a little simple and have them fade out here. I don't know. It just seems a little odd to have this piece of corn, this dried corn, that is clearly looks like it's further kind of floating there. I mean, it's supposed to be grass. There's something a little, now I'm looking at it, so there's something a little birds and bees about it. I'm going to say that safely. There's a little bit of birds and bees going on here. Oh, well. Now that I'm looking at it again. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. What have I done? What have I done? I did not. I haven't, but we'll figure it out. I'm still stuck, everyone. I'm still stuck on what to do. I am still stuck on what to do. Maybe a big rose would be nice over here. Something coming out right in here. We want it to go right up against here, but maybe lower than this one. So we'll go here, right there, and maybe here we'll start some. I'm not use my pen tip. And what will that something be? Simply just carry this over the way we did here. My biggest thing that I'm not happy about, because I didn't plan it. I didn't plan this. I didn't plan this not very well. And could do some, what would fit there? Like some berries or something that might make sense here and cover it. We have this shape here wrapping around. I want to cover just this area here, have it go back, and then right in here. what can go over right in there that would make sense? It has to be, can't be small. The scale has to be a little bigger because it's going to get lost with all these kernels and things like that. What? Something like a bit. It could be a rope, but no, that wouldn't. I am stumped, everyone. Actually, no. I have some. All right, there's a flower here. I don't know the name of the flower, to be honest with you. I'm really bad with flowers. My niece and her fiance, fiance has a flower farm. He knows. I'm bad with flowers and plants in every way possible. Food, I'm better. Food, I'm better with. I heard that from my niece. I'm much better at. Not so good. Not so good. Not so good. Plants, flowers. It's just up. I think I could just make it. Uh, Definitely a Frankenstein plant. Let's get something. Just have to chance it and see how this works. Have this now look like it's coming here. Have another one tucking. That's complex. I think it's what we're going to have to rely on. And then maybe we will have some just look kind of baby's breath thing. I don't think that's what it's called, but I'm gonna call it. This is now a big mess, but grab that. Make very. This is a non-existent flower. This flower exists nowhere other than this painting or piece. It's some interesting shapes, overlapping soft. And I don't know what these things are. Okay, making them up, making them up, and then maybe a little bit of a rose coming on this side. Just a little bit of a rose popping out on this side. Or maybe even the same flower, just to reinforce that flower, but coming back here. You can have all those little, and then from there, let's make sure this is now coming in. Now it looks like it's tucked on there. Just putting those things right there. You can see that this flower is getting more complicated than I wanted it to be. Oh, let's see. We'll go try to focus here. And then let's get one right there. Again, make sure that this is coming forward. Yep. This is, oh, those will be nice and dark, kind of sepia looked. These are also, we'll do that. Not a great solution, not a bad one either. Now this is really surrounded, really crowded here. And because of this, to a few berry things, just have it swarm. And then here we'll just have some greens coming around it. Maybe another one of these. These flowers are nice. These ones that are here, maybe whatever. I'm gonna grab one more. Actually, so I have these berries here, so maybe we do another little set of. They look like a tiny rosebud over here, and then another one in here. Making up some shapes here, making up some flowers here. Can make sure that the lines here, the edges push back, so we know that it's in. We now know it's in front. Our friend here, do some of the same things. Some of these things are going to be done with watercolor too. We hope they'll be done with watercolors, and maybe coming across this big flower here. There's a little dearth of, and here we could do these like mini roses, kind of. My neighbor's here. He's been singing a lot lately, folks. He's been just belting out some really big old tune, really testing his own pipes. I'm so terrible. He's a good. I have good neighbors. I mean, honestly, let's get some of those. I mess with my neighbor. He's a decent dude. I feel like something has to happen here, and I don't quite know, and I don't want to force things, right? Don't want to force anything. But it feels like something should happen there. All right, I think that's good. You know, and once you start going like, oh, what else can I do? What else? Same thing with watercolor. Nope. Don't do it. Don't do it, everyone. Don't. Okay? Don't ever do it. Do not. Something like that. A little more of these little baby's breath things over here. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. You could always add some lines there. This was the one that I'm like, not too crazy about what happened, not too crazy about my solution, but it definitely feels a little forced. Even do another. Maybe we should do another. Feels like there should be something else going on, but I'll leave it. Now we have to figure out what to do with our paint since we don't have our watercolor palette. The one that we were going to use kind of went bye-bye. Oh my goodness. I have to clean out that entire palette. That was not on my bingo card. That was not on my Monday bingo card. Not it. Sitting side our pen. And we'll set it aside somewhere where we can make room here. Right now, there's not a lot of room. Not a lot of room. Not a lot of room. Clean up. Let's see if we wipe off the. I'm gonna clean some of the palette here. So we have a pretty rough looking watercolor palette here. So we have to. Okay. I'm gonna clean this up. I mean, I could use some of these colors in. There's no reason why I couldn't. There's no reason why I couldn't use some of these colors. None whatsoever. I have to think about what colors come forward. What colors come forward? Well, a lot of contrast in that one. Maybe here we'll do something a little milder, variety, and then have the florals have some pop to that. This is a piece I did not expect to happen this morning, and I'm kind of happy I'm kind of happy. First, should I paint some of this individually? Let's just go boom, left to right instead of thinking of it as a whole piece, doing exactly how I started. That's a possibility. Just kind of wing it. This thing was completely winged. Purple corn. Purple corn would be awesome. I really like this would be so great as a big piece of purple corn. Seems like a good idea. Have a yellowish corn here. Maybe just do something yellow. Pink, pink with the purple. Uh, bright yellow with just a variety, like just some purple coming in here. So it ties in. They should balance each other out. Wow, so many decisions. So many decisions. So many decisions. Let's get some paper towels. I'm going to wipe this clean. This palette does not fit. This palette is bigger than the book itself, the sketchbook. It's like the same size, maybe not as wide, but definitely long. It's a great sketchbook, I'll tell you. All right, folks, let's start. Let's start thinking. What are we thinking about? What are we thinking about? Have our brushes going to be pretty loose and spontaneous here. Get a nice point, dip it in the water, get a nice point here. And on the smaller one, I don't know how small we're going to go. We might go pretty small, but not right now. This is the smallest we would go, which is pretty. Again, I'm not going to paint every individual kernel, but we might want to do some interesting things. We may want to do some interesting things. Right is my busy day with class and stream. I like having a nice chill time, a nice chill stream day just dedicated to stream, to live stream. I am going to let's see, we'll try our best. Let's try our best. Move this back a little bit so we can get the entire. That works. Okay, that works. Decision. Right. What did I say? So these two are going to complement each other. The corn is what's most important. Everything else is beautiful, but it's going to. We need this to pop the most. I talked about maybe like a magenta and purple combination for this one, and then perhaps something more in the yellow range. Not totally sure. Orange, yellow range. So purple, magenta, and then some like the deeper fall color, the oranges, and that yellow up here. In terms of the flowers, same thing. We have some more purples here, and then go into the yellows. Work on just going back and forth. It might be a little too forced. I don't know. But you know what? Let's not overthink and we'll go as kind of do it as we go along. Try the same thing that we did and how we got here. How did we get here? How did we get here? Maybe like a little, let's see, what are we gonna try? Maybe this Van Dyke brown and that Indian yellow. I mean, I know we have the quinacridone bowl, which is always my favorite. It's always a favorite. Quinacridone. Just mixing it over here on the side. See how much we can. Let's get a nice puddle. It's quinacridone gold and Van Dyke brown. And we're going to put down the quinacridone gold first, because this brand, the quinacridone gold I'm using is from Holt. And no matter what brand it is, for some reason, the Aquazol that's in the core brand, Aquazol is what makes it's called a dispersant. It's what makes the paint kind of just spread, be transparent, and blend. The blending aid. Holbein does not have a blending aid. It is just ground finely. So that's why people think it complements well. It's a good complement to core, which does have a bit of a blend. So what I think I'll do is we'll do quinacridone gold, and maybe a quin gold. I don't know, quin gold, and then maybe here in the center. Oh, that one's quin gold because I just painted. All right, let's go with. We're just going with. Let's get some. Let's make this a little bit gold. It doesn't have to be perfectly inside the lines. Let it bleed. Watercolor is going to do that anyway. Doesn't care about your feelings. Watercolor doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't. It really does not care about your feelings. Like, oh no, don't do that, don't do that. Yeah, but right up. It's okay if it bleeds. It's probably better if it bleeds. We'll do the same thing over here. Let's see over here. I went a little too far. And maybe go there. What else do we want? Some yellow here. Maybe these little kind of baby breath thing we talked about before. Maybe even need. Okay. We could also do that here. Got an ad coming up in just about half a minute from now. And in that time, I'm going to add the Van Dyke breath. Same thing here. Just let it go. Let it go. What's this song? It says let it go. Let it go. No, I did not want that yellow there. Let's see. That took over. That took over a lot more than I wanted. That took over a lot more than I wanted. So I'm gonna blend. And same thing here. No, that's okay. I like the way it ended up working. Figure out what to do that one, but it shouldn't be overwhelming anyway. Let's get a few other. What else can we do? We'll leave that as is. Let's go ahead and grab. It did say we wanted a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty autumnal. Ooh, is that autumnal? That's pretty autumnal. Let's go and let that fall down. There we go. And then in here, this one. It's okay if it overlaps a little bit. We have the lines there saving sort. And that's those colors. And I will have some variety here. So just blend out some of these colors. Just lift a little. Don't want it to be too. Just lifting here and there. I'm gonna see how this all dries. Curious. I'm very curious to see how this is all gonna dry. Using the smaller brush to blend and just to blend and pull up a little bit of the excess, like over here. It's a lot. This is a sketchbook that it's not necessarily for watercolor. It actually isn't really for watercolors. It says mixed technique. That's what it calls it. Mixed technique. So here, we have a little bit of work to do on that husk. Just a little bit more work. Let's pull out a little, some of the, go over here and there, just get some variety. Tone, or start to bring that yellow back. This orange is so potent. It's gonna be great for the corn. Okay, now this yellow. This is a darker tone for the volume. Carry it down this side. That's it. We move to these really quickly. This pumpkin color. Just want a little map of the color harmony. Okay, let's get another one. This one's gonna be a little more orange too. Maybe. We'll add some red, a deep red into this one over here. And this should be working with the pen and ink, so it's okay if it overlaps. Like here, I think I did a little too much. That was my color. Hey, TJ Might, how are you? Look, air mode. Hello, air mode. Bring in red. I'm going to hope you're chilling, ready to make something. That is awesome. I just kind of fell into this piece. This is my sketchbook day. Feeling a little bit, I don't know. I haven't been feeling great about my, but I'm trying to let that go. I'm kind of in one of those plateau moments, those turning points that I feel like I'm there, but I'm not quite there. But I know it's there. You know, the direction I'm going is, it's there, it's gonna happen. Just not right. Just not right. All right, so now for our friend here on this side, let's get going with this stock over here. We're gonna go into the colds. Now that I have that orange out and the warms out, let's go start seeing what we're gonna do. These magenta colors and purples and whatnot. This is our purple friend over here. What are you thinking of making today or this week? What do you got going on? Tell me, talk to me. That is super wet. I'm gonna let that stock hang out there for a good long while. For a good long while. Clean this arm. And even there's other places I should have it. Planning on finishing a 3D model this week. Like 3D printed or 3D like Maya, what's the other one? Blender 3D kind of. I'm gonna do some sketches at the moment. All right, awesome. I keep saying it, I'm gonna say it over and over again. There's the Pinterest board for this like harvest, floral on my Pinterest page, but on the Discord there is links to the Dia de los Muertos, if you know what that is. I'm at the end of the month, November 1st. There is a whole Pinterest board of that. There's a whole Pinterest board of haunted places, which is pretty cool. Like houses. So we have some colorful autumnal holiday stuff, and then we also have a whole thing of haunted. And then I have what I'm calling my own prompts that I've created for October. You know, October is the month that people do their inlet. Oh, finishing something that you started last weekend. Okay. So yeah, go ahead and sketch if you want to kind of hang out and follow along. Or grab, this is basically a Frankenstein of all these different references that I have. It's a big Frankenstein. The infamous Frankenstein method. Should be white. We have that there. We have this. And maybe we'll have these be a little yellow. We have area there. As you know, if you've been with me before, I go back and forth. I digress from myself. I go on these tangents and digress. Oh my goodness. What? So this is going to be a really bright on this side. This is going to be the main character. This one on the episode. Oh, okay. You're doing Inktober? Specifically Inktober, or you're going to do something else? Because there's so many different prompts. That's why I was like, I'm going to make up my own prompt. I'm going to call it Rocktober, and I'm going to put it on the Discord. And I came up with 31 prompts for myself or anybody else that want. Whatever prompt it is, match your prompts, whatever you want to do. Just get something out there. Get something done. Sketch as much as possible. Careful, not too careful. Dried corn. Picked out a new playlist. Doesn't have to be perfectly within the lines. I'm gonna give myself a fighting chance. I haven't even looked at the prompts. I think it's camping, right? Isn't it like a camping thing? And some people there's always someone who's complaining about it, but there's a camping thing. I think for the official Inktober. Don't remember. But I thought camping. I know my friend big into camping, so I thought of him as. I like to camp too within the camping store. I love camping in the camping store. Oh, that might be. You know what? I'm gonna leave that. Oh, I'm gonna leave it. It's really heavy. I'm going to leave it. I don't want to happen. I don't want it to go too much onto the sleeve. If it goes on here, that's ran right down the side. And I'm going to leave it because it causes a nice shadow that actually works out. Doesn't really work out here. It's going to continue just running, so I really have to try this brother. And we'll get as close to good as I can. It's to run here. How about we try to get it to run? That's what let's get it to run. Keshi! Keshi, what are you crochet? I almost did something. I'll touch some just slowly. It's probably too. Wow, that is magenta as anything I've ever magenta. That is pretty magenta. Wow. Oh my goodness. Let's get this purple running down a little. It's magenta. Oh, now you don't want to run it? Now you don't want to. Come on. Ready for it? So now we have nice opposing. I'm going to drop some other friends in here. What we got? Reddish gold. I don't know if I want to use. So we go purple. I'm going to go purple. purple, like flat out purple. I'm not messing around. I'm not messing around. You're gonna go. Wow. Hey, Aragon, how are you? I don't think I've seen you in a while. Are you? You're not new. I've seen you here before. This one. Also going to put that go there. Let's see. I don't want to lose those lines. So new to streaming, but been a viewer since 2020. Oh, so you started streaming. That is cool. It's fun. It's fun. You know, you just have to have some. For me, I felt like I need some short-term goals, some immediate goals, and then that I needed some, and then have some of the long-term goals. The immediate goal, the thing that you do it for, no matter what happens, what you want to get at. I take it as, you know, I'm going to do this anyway, so why not have some, maybe have some people join. I'm going to let that run. And then let's pick up some of this, do some fun, get a little variety. What do you like to stream? Or what are you streaming? Oh, you started drawing it? Okay, so you're an art stream. Very cool. Okay, we'll leave it like that for now. And let's get some vacuum. There we go. With charcoal. Very cool. What kind of subjects do you? That's a traditional medium. I don't see a lot of people using charcoal necessarily. No, let's see. What am I going to do? Let's get some magenta going. Let's have this magenta. What are we going to have that's magenta? Right. Balance. Hyper realistic portrait. You need to finish one too. Need to finish it on stream, or you need to finish it just you need to finish. Things are due kind of thing. All right, I got confused here. What am I doing? Oh, I got confused. Let's have this one also be just like a little baby's breath. I don't know. I'm not so sure. These little mini roses. Okay, maybe we'll make that magenta. I'm not 100% sure. Here we want these little mini roses. Okay. I think my viewers want to see it, finish it on stream. Otherwise, it will be another unfinished work put aside. You could always work on. You could always work on over the span of a week. Nothing wrong with that. Definitely nothing wrong with that. Don't know when I'm going to do that. Don't know what I'm going to do. I'm like quickly painting myself into a corner. But we did this pretty spontaneous. I don't even remember. I think I was going to do a haunted place. Either like a abandoned hospital or something kind of fun like that. Or maybe talk about the Rocktober prom. My Rocktober prom. So far, so okay. All right, we got an ad within 20 seconds. I hear you though. It's a little trick. This is 100% now going to be a flat. I think that actually works. It drips down. It drips down. We're balancing these out. It's going to end up looking like it's just made out of two colors. This whole that purple is powerful. This purple is very powerful. Too powerful. Awesome. All right. So more or less good. This purple. So we have these nice complements going and balanced out between these. And then we're going to, I don't know what we're going to do. I'm going to figure something. I'll figure something out here. And since I already have that there, I'm going to make that an autumnal. This leaf here, we'll just make it an autumnal. Grab a smaller brush. This cord just explodes everywhere. It just wants to go. It just explodes everywhere. It wants to go everywhere. It's very hungry. It's very hungry. Hey, notice that some didn't spread too much. I'm gonna leave that as is right now, and maybe put it nice and flat in here. Oh, thank you very much. Dried corn is pretty beautiful. It's pretty beautiful. Going to sleep now and have to be up at 5 a.m. Have a nice creative time, everyone. Thank you, Kesji. Have a good night. Sleep well. Sleep well. I'm probably going to take a break. I'm going to take my. Try to be good about taking break. Try to be really, really good about taking. And since I'm not sure what else I'm going to do here, I think we're going to try with a green gold. You have to add. This has to dry really well. I want to get what's going on in these other areas too. Let's just do a quick. Let's have some. It's not clear where it's coming from, where it's going. We have some kind of flower trying to push through here. And add a few. Let's get some of these yellows in here. Maybe we do this one in yellow. Oh shoot, and I didn't want to do. I guess we did. Have that spread there, and let's see. Make it green. Should make it green. Okay. We'll make it blue and green. Make it blue. This green gold from core as well. To have the green coming from the bottom. It's trying to peek in here and there. Ooh, just had something happen there I didn't want. Just let it. Forget it. Once it's there, not trying not to fight these things as much. Could probably get away doing just a clear wash in a lot of areas. More than this green gold. It's a very nice color. This yellowish green. I'm wondering. I'm not sure that would pull off that. I'm not sure that would be good to put it in here. But maybe we could do center, a little contrast, a little complementary color, making those two things up there. Same thing here. Maybe we add like a blue, the contrast. The blue might be turquoisey blue, maybe. Well, I feel 5-minute break, get up, stretch, do some kind of exercise, straighten out, meditate, whatever you have to do. See you in about. Oh, apologies for the additional ad break that got. Hit the wrong button. Going into these smaller shapes. So trying not. I don't want to eliminate all the lines there, especially because they're. And what I'm adding here is like brilliant orange. So what I'm going to do is just really gently try to work and soften these lines. Grab my rag and wipe out all the excess. No, it's probably a good wet and wet. So let's do that for the rest. I think I'm going to do a small little wet and wet technique. All right, so look at that. Not too, don't want to oversaturate. Like in these here. This is like an orangey gold type of. Let's see if I got. Not sure how much detail this is showing, but hopefully you'll see. Let's get that. That's not spread. Moisten that. Grab this paint in. It was kind of a vibrant and burns now. Just grab some shapes. All right, this is working a little off the page. Sorry. And we can. This is I like the line and wash. I've been doing line and but not line with watercolor. So I'm having a lot of fun. Look at that bleed. Look at even a nervous hand is maybe a little aggressive there. All right, a little more. Let's get this out. That center area I think is probably turned. It's damping. Just go along some of these lines. Doesn't have, but you're kind of just going on the spirit of those lines. The because it's nice. This side may not. It's a little too much. Let's get this under. Let's fill some of these areas so it's not all just these. So cool. So cool. I don't want to overwork this and make it bring in a nice bright red one. Trying to figure out. That's that orange. I use that. Need something a little more. There. Excuse me. It's okay. Okay. Maybe over it. Lighten this up. Just a little too much. Grab this. Wow. Good. Just want to make sure I don't do it. Attack. Coming down with the magenta. Running on the inside. Have a nice from orange. Burnt color right there. These back. Pulling this back. There we go. That's all. Not perfect. What is this? Is what our kernel. What are we doing for these? All these kernels. Grab these oranges. Some nice. And we'll work. So there's these clusters that shouldn't really paint it completely in. So I'm going to just suck up the left out. It might. Alright, that's a little. Let's keep going. Trying to round these. grab. Let's think about maybe that's not orange. Let's grab a greenish color. Mix it with them again using these. These are going to be clusters of that red. Come here on the side, add back in. Let's just lift out and blend a bigger blend a little bit. So we're not covering. Just blending. And this should be the funnest part of the getting in, making all these variety of colors. The flowers should be beautiful, but the flowers should be supporting the chorus, the backup. And that's what we. Some of these have to stay yellow. Just quickly getting. Do we have a nice bright yellow? Use an Indian right down here. It's got a nice little Indian. Maybe not. Here, it's gonna down. Let's grab blue. It's like a cyan. A little more of that blue. Wow, what a potent. I want. And I'm just gonna add here. I'm gonna drop here. And this I'm gonna let. We can even here and there use it for the center because that's what's starting to have more definite. Oops, I did not want to have, but it did. Oh, that's not true. There's a big block. I definitely don't like it. I don't mind it. I don't mind the color. I just mind the way it's crap. Ooh, that's that flower there's kind of glazed over. I don't like the way it glazed. And then what I'll do is, let's see how, it's still too much. Still too much. Let's try this. A little bit. Right. I'm not sure that was a good. Maybe a little deeper. Soften it. That is fun looking. Purple's a little too strong. I'm going to that I'll get a dry brush. Alright. And the yellow bring it up. This is a little gland over here. Alright. It's a little bit. And grab it. That paint did not could not be controlled. It would not be controlled. You cannot. I mean, it is, but for whatever reason, I value the sketch. I am not. I think that's a little. Lost some of the contrast, and it definitely got a little too many. I couldn't bother. Should have left more white. That's honestly what I should have done. I should have. Let's go down. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I'm not a botanical painter, so I'm pretty much just things all alone. I really am. I have no idea what I'm doing, but there we go. A little bit of a nice. Something's going on. I don't know what that is, but let's grab a bit. Maybe it's a little too strong. Maybe that was a little too strong. I don't know. I would say, as far as sketchbooks, I'm pretty happy with this sketchbook. Only thing I would have changed, how I treated. So let's, on this one, I do a little bit of a better. Break and grab. This painting, it's both relaxing and difficult at the same time. Okay, this is supposed to be good. Let's make sure it's going over. Flower's supposed to be going on top of this drawer. Now, let's make sure. Let's get a little. It's a little more pink. Not really. I think this may be the first time I've done flowers other than land. And then in here, this Van Brown, or maybe a burnt sienna. To a Van Dyke Brown, and with this, like this potent, oh, to that Van Dyke potent. Now that flower's now that flower. However, oh my goodness, this is way too relaxing. This is a little too relaxing, everyone. What do you think? Should we do like maybe a little bit of blue? Just a little bit of blue here and there. A little bit, just a light wash. I'm not even gonna do anything really wash. And then we need some green. I think a little, just hiding right to maybe a little splatter technique. I'm a little short-handed of my incident. Oh, I don't even know. I can't even say it out. My other palette, just not quite what I want to do. A green. We need a good. So I'm gonna use this. Oh, not dark. Mm. There we go. There we go. Distill that drop. Let's get our. How do I soften these? Soften each. This has to have a little more contrast. Excuse me. Okay, hopefully. A little more contrast, please. Not too much. I'm gonna pick that one up. On that. It's a little. It's not bad actually. I'll leave it be. Just leave it. First time florist. Okay, just. That was a little too. Like, try once, try twice, and then do something similar. Some little contrast. Mostly in the front there. And still trying to honor those lines. Doing okay so far. Now this orange, how are we going to deal with it? Smell that orange. Just and walk away. Walk slow. Let's see what happens if we can. This scary, mysterious Halloween music is plenty. I think what I'll do is let's go on the app. Apply it there, and that should be going to get muddy, and we don't want. Well, that's weird. This is going. Let's not. Let's green. Bleed out. Not too bad. I'd like to give a little bit more content. Let's see right here. Let's grab this orange. Right there. All right. This has been a lot. My friend there's a little strange looking. A little strange. Not exactly what we're gonna grab our. Let's see. That color's. But I think for the outside, I might even use. There we go. Just some contrast. Our main character is main character. I have an ad coming in just over 30. Let's use it because I want to compare it. Inch. Soften just add this air. Whatever. Get a little contrast. get these, put these like that kind of bounces away. It's a little bit better of a bounce. This has been funny. So this has been a this magenta that I'd like to use here. Don't like this. Yeah, got this ad. Got this ad. Let's see. Take it another 5 minutes or so. That is going to be tricky. That is going to be very tricky. I am not so sure how we're going to. We are 100% pull it off. I believe in us getting a good amount of content. Probably the best way to do this really is to just thicken the pigment of what we have. Yeah, I think this coming with thicker pigment is going to be real. Ooh, just explode. It just exploded. It's on fire. That's not exactly. Let's get in there. Let's not get too tricky with this. Just not get too. You know, why get tricky? I already have these beautiful. Trying to chew the husk. We don't need to do that. Don't do that. Do that. In the center area here. I'm gonna center there. Let's get it darker. Just did some zeros. Try not to take it all the way to the end. To these, whatever they are, because I think I just use it there. So let's grab this magenta color. Take a look. Not what I really wanted, but it's not. I just want interesting texture. Have that go. This husk is something that I should have thought. That dry brush. Okay. It's this area here. But better. Has a purple pineapple look to it. Let's get into it. And I am going to indigo. I know it sounds strange to do, but there. Yeah, just that we don't. It's the big concern, isn't it? Anomalies. Same amount of wash, water to mix over another. I feel like the painting. Red. All right. See, it's gonna soften. Try not to paint. You know what I mean? Trying not to paint a lot of what I did, the lines and everything, all those fun things, all that fun, all that. I don't need this big. I think the gaps are. It actually goes around the kernels. If I had some, I have some opaque. I'm going to play around with them here. Try not to be too few like creams to make it pop a little more, to give it like that really. I want to keep going. Line and wash, and I really ended up over. This is the problem with line and wash. It's definitely. This is way better than I thought it was going to turn. Actually, I didn't know how it was going to turn out because I did not plan this at all, which is amazing. And you all, oh, round of applause. It worked in the end. I had no doubt. I doubted it. I never, I never doubted us.